Welcome. So if we look at this project, I go to source. Here in the resources, I have a application.properties where the default profile is configured as local. And this is our local property file which connects to a local instance of MongoDB running on the computer. But now we have to connect to the MongoDB of Azure CosmosDB instance. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to just change the profile to, let's say, AKS. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the default profile. Let's say I will change the port also to 8080 and the profile will become AKS. Now in the AKS profile, I would need to have a different connection string because I don't want to connect to the local MongoDB. So where we will get this connection string information. So let's go to our database. In the database, this is our database. So in the database, we will have a section here called connection string. Click here and this is the primary connection string. So just click here, copy and go to the IntelliJ. Replace this text with the one we copied. Leave everything as is, just come to here after the port. After the port here, before after the port and after the slash and before the question mark, we have to give the name of the database. So let's say I will say item app AKS, something like this. All right. So now I have given this. And now our application active profile is also changed to AKS. So it's going to pick this property file. So let's go ahead and start the application. We want to check if our database is getting connected from our local laptop or not. So it's starting up. So here we see the database got connected. That's why our application was started successfully. So it says discovered this database. Now, how can we check if everything is fine or not? So let's go to Postman and this is one of the endpoint of the application. Let's go and check category controller. So I would say API/v1/categories. Let's try to do that. But now the port has changed. It's 8080. So if I try to hit this, I will get an empty string because in our database there is nothing else. So let's check that. How can we check that? Here in the Data Explorer tab of the database, we can see here if we refresh, we see one database, but then now we will see another one as well. This is one which I created earlier. But let's go and try to create a new category. How can we do that? So in this item category controller, we have a post mapping. In the post mapping, it takes this request body. So I'm going to frame a request with this. Let's go ahead and do that. In the postman, I will go and do this item one and let's say phone. I will change the port to 8080. Send. I will change. So we got 200 OK, which means it's created successfully. Let me create another one as well. This I will say shoes. So it created it. Let's go ahead and try to get it. So we see two categories have been successfully received. Let's verify that on our server. So if I now come to Data Explorer and do a refresh, I should see this item app AKS. So this is the database and this holds one collection and this collection name is item category model. Let's see the documents inside this. Remember in NoSQL DB, it's all about collections. They have documents and documents are this small information. So click on it, we see this information. Click on this, we will see this information. Similarly, we can have multiple databases here, one, two, and in each database we can have multiple documents, and in each database we can have multiple collections like this, and in each collections we can have multiple documents, and each documents will represent a JSON document. So this is how we are verified now that connectivity from our application is working fine to the Azure database. So let's go ahead and continue further in the next video.